Hello and welcome to the first ever World Super GT500 race at Monza 80s. I'm Josh Tootle and I'm alongside Joshua Anderson.
Hello.
So, we're here at the Monza 80s track. It's a very, quite a weird layout. It's a little bit different from the present Monza, but is this better or do you think the present one's better?
Well, there are a lot of differences between this Monza and the older Monza. Notably the first chicane, actually, because that, instead of being the right-left that we're used to in modern-day Formula 1 and racing in general, it's a left-right, double left chicane. So that's going to involve more turning. I think it's a bit faster than the right-left that we're used to. But apart from that, there aren't really that many changes. Ascari doesn't have the chicane anymore. That's a flat-out left-hander. And I think the Parabolic is slightly different. It doesn't have the runoff. It's all gravel. So, makes things slightly interesting, slightly trickier for the drivers. Provides more of a challenge than the modern Monza. But it should make for more interesting racing.
It should definitely. Well, we'll have a look at this magnificent track anyway, because now it's time to have a look at a lap of the track. This is a lap of the Monza 80s circuit coming down the start-finish straight to start the lap. Not yet, but we're going to start the lap roundabout. Ready now. Down the pit straight now. This is the 80s layout of the track. Going to that little right-hander. Now into turn 1. Braking just at the 100-meter board. Gets a little bit wide there, but that can gain you time as well, because usually you would do like a 15 out of that second chicane, but he did a 14 there, so it's clearly gained him time. Through this right-hander now, keep it flat as you can, a little steering input as well, then get to the edge of the track, just missing the curb on the outside. Now down through here, braking just after the bridge, just a few feet after the bridge, into this quick chicane. No left-hander straight after that. This is the classic track at the end of the day. Now through this little straight now, into the first Lesmo. Brake, get back on the power straight away now. Now just missing that curve there into the second Lesmo, just left and get back on the power straight away. Now down into one of the straights now. This is usually a DRS straight in Formula 1, but there's no DRS of course because these are GT cars. Under the bridge now where the old circuit is. Now braking into the Ascari chicane, just where that meter board was there, that second meter board. Through the Ascari chicane now, flat through the left-hander. Use a lot of the AstroTurf through that left-hander, the Ascari chicane. Now down the back straight now, lead into the final corner at Parabolica. You want to keep the speed up. He's doing 154 miles per hour, 155, 157, 159, nearly did 160. Now breaking it down for the Parabolica. Ready, get back on the power straight away. Don't get back on the power straight too much though, because you want to get on the power once the car is ready. Now down the pit straight now, and that is a lap of Monza 80s. So, that is a lap of the track of Monza. Now let's have a look at the grid. It is James Willows on pole position with Matthew Redmore in second position. Matthew TOTANI is third with Matt Orange fourth. Then it's Sean Grant fifth with Ollie GLAZEBROOK sixth. He was disappointed, as was James Head. He's one of 3 teammates who qualified 7th. Alan MUNIR is 8th with Daniel Roberts 9th and Bobby Hunter at the back. 5 other drivers didn't start. But looking at that grid, it looks very interesting.
Yeah, it does. It seems that Nissan WGP have the advantage so far this season. They do have the very first pole position in James Willows. But then you look down the grid and, well, Matthew Redmore, Matthew TOTANI, Matt Orange, both getting good. All 3 of those getting good results as well. Ollie GLAZEBROOK, slight disappointment. The leader of Monza Lexus Motorsport, only in 6th place. But we've seen his dominance in other leagues. So he might shine come the race. And then Bobby Hunter again. Disappointing for him because, well, he would have expected better, wouldn't he, given his talents elsewhere we've seen. Yeah,
exactly. Well, let's find out if James Willows can hold on to the lead, because it's now time for the race. So, here we are then, here at Monza. James Willows on the pole with Matthew Redmore in second.
Yep, it is looking to be a cracking race. We're just waiting for the lights to go out now, and we are ready to get this going. So it's World Super GT500 underway. Good stuff from Willows, moving over to block Redmore then. Matthew Totani and Matt Orange both get a nice start there. Seems to be a bit of chaos at the back, but nothing that can't be fixed as they all head down into the left, right chicane. That is turns 1, 2, 3 and 4. Willows gets a nice, decent line through there, and well, he's followed by Redmore, and then Totani having a go at there as well. Bit of contact, bit of argy-bargy between the two, but it is the opening stage of the race, so what can you expect?
Definitely a good start there from James Willows. He's even pulled away from the pack, and look at Matthew Totani as well. Side by side, he's even in second place. It's a 1-2 at the moment as James Head goes into the gravel a little bit.
Oh, just narrowly misses Sean Grant and Ollie GLAZEBROOK there. Not really what he wants to be doing. Wants to watch it, make sure he doesn't cause an accident. Totani's having a bit of a snaky there. But look at this. Matthew Redmore even, he's in the lead.
He is, definitely. And Willows going back underneath him. Ooh, he had to back out a little bit there.
Yeah, he did. That hasn't necessarily gone his way, but Redmore is still leading. Matt Orange, though, look at how many cars piling down here. Look at Matt Orange here as he tries to get some track position on the others. Come down into the Ascari left-hand, and no chicanes here. One left, big left corner. Well, there is a chicane, sorry, my mistake, but it's a faster one than usual. Sean Grant's in the lead as he cuts the corner there slightly. Wants to watch the corner cut, otherwise he might get a penalty. But as we look at, oh, look at this. 4 cars piling into the same area track at the same time. One from every manufacturer, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Willows has dropped back because he went off into the Ascari chicane, and James Head also did the same as well. Someone's gone wide. It's Ollie GLAZEBROOK. That's not what he wanted.
Nope, going catastrophically wrong for him, it seems. And, well, he's going to want to try and make some time up after that as we head into lap 2 now. And he's going at the pits. He's diving into the pit lane. Rather unorthodox tactic. Sean Grant's gone in as well. So, don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, I think because they've got the weak boost, I'm guessing it's because they want to get some track air out so then they can get out at the front once they've done their pit stop. And there's someone else actually coming in. Who is it? It's James Head. So 3 people are actually in the pits probably figured of the same strategy as well. Sean Grant, the first to come out, he's taking some new tyres on. I'm guessing he's on the medium tyres. Remember, the tyres here are the soft and medium tyres. And now GLAZEBROOK's been held up and James Head has got back out in front of him. That's not what he wanted. Unless he's refueling, I don't know.
Yeah, I think either he's refueling or maybe he has to wait a bit. I don't know. Probably was sticking some fuel in and that takes a bit extra time. But we're not entirely sure. We see dust in the background. Someone's gone a bit wrong as Matthew Totani now having a crack at the top 2, seeing if he can get into the lead of this race. It would be beneficial if he could get some ground here in the early running. But, you know, there is still a lot of race left to go.
Abreast.
Yeah, we have 3 wide down this back straight here. All gunning for position. What we like to see here. 4 wide is it going to make it? Potentially as we go into Ascari once more. And, well, this isn't going to end well, is it? Nope, it has ended slightly badly for James Willows. He's gone wide. Everyone seems to be going wide now, and that's what happens when you're trying to fit that many cars in the corner. Really not going very cleanly there. But let's have a look at Ollie GLAZEBROOK, who pitted earlier. He's at the back, but maybe he can take advantage of mistakes.
He did make a mistake earlier on, speaking of a mistake, as now Totani's in the lead of this. So, a lot of overtaking going on so far because of the weak boost that they have. So, which is the same as what I3TU. Someone's going a little bit wild in the background. I think that was MUNIR.
Yep, and now we have people in the pits again. Sorry to interrupt you there, but I didn't interrupt you, did I? And we have Matt Orange getting shoved by James Willows and going behind. That's internet for you. And I think that, yeah, that's Matt Orange joining him. So we have 3 in the pits. I think this is a direct response to the lap 1 pitters.
It is definitely, Matt. And here we go. So let's see what the mechanics are doing. This is the Willows Nissan Grand Prix mechanics quickly putting on the medium tyres. I'm hearing from several sources that Willows is going on the medium tyres. Redmore and Willows out their box. And, oh God, Orange is being held up. Orange is being held up. That's not what he wanted.
Yeah, I don't know why people are getting held up so much. I have no idea what's causing it, but it is unfortunate that it's happening. I mean, it's a chance to put fuel in. Maybe something else happened. Maybe they just have to wait for the pit area to clear more. I don't know. But Daniel Roberts here starting to make ground, as is, well, Matthew Redmore's gone off, so he's not making ground up anymore. Well, he was, but now isn't. And, well, we look at Ollie GLAZEBROOK now, who might be able to capitalise on this, gain some more track position. But as I've said before, there is still a good lot of race left, still 35 minutes at least. So we are only an eighth of the way through this, and, well, we haven't seen the heads or tails now this.
No, definitely not. There's action going on all around the track at the moment. Just Totani getting a little bit loose there, but that again could be a snake in his shoe that he's got with the internet. So down this straight now, the back straight leading towards the parabolica. He's got a little bit of a comfortable lead, but he's still yet to pit, remember. So I wonder if he's going to be dicing into the pits this lap.
He's got a sizable lead. I'd be surprised if he didn't, to be honest with you. He's got a chance, you know, and he might be able to capitalise. You know, he has got a lead. I think he might be able to, and he's keeping right, so he is. Yep, he is in the pits now.
He's in the pits, so it wasn't really much of a surprise. And now Daniel Roberts and Sean Grant are at the front. Sean Grant has definitely paid off for his strategy. And now Hunter and MUNIR join him into the pits as Hunter's been pulled back. Internet issues there. So 3 people are in the pits. 2 of them are WILLOWS Nissan Grand Prix guys, and 1 of them is Sony Honda Racing. So
yep, usually when you get 3 cars in the pits, we've had having to wait there, maybe back out a bit, make sure he doesn't hit the pit crew. I'd be surprised if someone doesn't get held up, because it has happened a lot when there's been 3 cars in the pits now. And yep, there is the Nissan getting held up.
Hunter now, it's his turn now. So Lexus have had it, now it's Nissan's turn to get the held up. Honda the only ones not to get held up so far. Out the pit lane he goes.
Yep, so that is not voted well for them as we look at the 2 Hondas. Now you'll hear, if you listen to these cars, just listen for a bit. You do hear this sound distinctly different, and that, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get into the technical side. Oh, well, I'm not yet, because James Willows has just gone off on that one. It's more important, doesn't it? But, you know, those Hondas sound different because they have 2 more cylinders than the other cars. The Lexuses and the Nissans both have 4-cylinder engines. These 2 Hondas have brilliant little V6s.
They do, definitely. That's why you can hear they've got a little bit of a Formula 1 sound to them. As we noticed, Sean Grant was in the lead, but Daniel Roberts wants to get back to him. I don't think Daniel's actually pitted yet, and he's kicked the dirt off a little bit there at the Ascari chicane. So
yeah, he has. Now he's getting a tiny bit of oversteer, and he has gone off because of that. Has reduced the amount of grip he can get. Might consider pitting if James Willows doesn't get to him first. Now we look at Matthew TOTANI, and then the rest of the field who are chasing Matthew TOTANI. There's 3 Lexuses, 3 monster cars. Not really where they want to be near the back, but it's where they are.
Yeah, definitely. GLAZEBROOK's gone off.
That hasn't boded well. That's only going to help TOTANI. Everyone seems to be slowing down. They've all come together. And now the Honda behind them of MUNIR is going to want to crack at them. He's going to see an opportunity. He's going to go for that opportunity. He's got 2 cylinders advantage as Bobby Hunter. Oh, Red Jam's is having an issue.
Redmore's got a problem, and he's got it back underway, so it must be a little technical issue. A lot of people don't know this, but Redmore is now a wheel user into this community, and might be having a bit of wheel issues there, but clearly it's something that he doesn't want to be happening.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe there's a lot of things that could be going on, to be fairly honest with you, but it is hard to transition from one to the other, and it'll take him some time to get used to it, but the benefits will probably be visible when he does. So, we are about 8 minutes into this race. There is still a very long way to go. And Matthew TOTANI in 4th place now. Being chased by early GLAZEBROOK, but not too much on-track action happening at the moment.
No, definitely not. But WILLOWS is definitely catching up to Roberts at the moment. So he's clearly struggling, and that's because the medium tyres do generate a lot of understeer when it comes to this track. It is a very fast track at the end of the day. But like I said, medium tyres do generate a lot of understeer, which is why James kicking a little bit of dirt like he usually does. So he's going to have to break a little bit earlier into corners to stop that from happening.
Yeah, he's going to have to do that. That's probably going to hope the issue, but you know, there's always a chance that it won't.
Money has gone off.
Oh, he has, yeah, that's gone badly for him. That isn't boded well at all.
Yeah, exactly. And now look at this. Redmore, not Redmore, getting the 2 mats mixed up there. GLAZEBROOK, he's going to go off.
Yeah, everyone seems to be going off now, don't they?
It seems to be a lot of greediness when it comes to overtaking. Try to break a little later than your opponent, and it clearly doesn't work well because you're always going to end up in the gravel.
Yeah, because, well, if you get too greedy, you know, it's never going to work, is it? So, you know, you've got to deal with that as it happens. You know, getting greedy, not good, but then again, you have to be slightly aggressive. Yeah,
definitely. And WILLOWS, he's caught a little bit up to this group as well, thanks to the boost that he's got. I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually putting in some really hot laps while he's behind these two Hondas, and there's a battle behind.
Yep, WILLOWS is going to have the advantage with the boost here. It's going to make him go a bit quicker, but can he catch him is the question.
That is the question, boys. TOTANI has got past Orange as they come into the chicane. He's hit the bollard. He's hit the barrier on the inside.
Well, that hasn't boded well, has it? Well, he's hit the chicane, took the curve too much then, and well, you don't want to be doing that.
No, definitely not. But he's now side by side with Orange again, so clearly it hasn't cost him too much. That through this, I don't know what corner this is, but it's definitely the corner where Alonso and Vettel keep overtaking each other in Formula 1. The years of 2011, 2010, that is, and TOTANI has got back ahead of Orange. But now he's got a little loose on the curb, and now he's dropped behind the 2 Lexuses.
Yeah, that hasn't gone well for him at all. He tried to go for the overtake again, it just didn't work. As you look at James Willows now, and now the 2 Hondas as they zoom by, but you see, now we look at them again as they fly into the corner.
Roberts is in the lead.
Yep, Roberts in the lead of the 2. Grant trying to make the move here work.
Yeah, and Willows now in the battle for the lead here. So, you know, probably staying out a little later is clearly worked out. I think that's the key, because it's unknown. You want to try and get into the pits a little bit later than your opponent as GLAZEBROOK goes off there. I don't know whether that was contact with TOTANI or not, but you want to try and get into the pits a little later than everybody else, because obviously with the weak boost there, you want to try. Obviously, you'll probably be behind the opponent, but you'll have more speed coming out as Roberts has gone off.
Yeah, he has. He's gone off big time there. That hasn't helped him at all.
As I was saying, you'll get more speed in the stint thanks to the weak boost, so you'll be able to catch him up a little easier.
Yeah, of course, the boost is always going to help, isn't it? Because, well, it's essentially free power. As we now watch the cars come across the start line, and then we got Sean Grant defending from James Willows here.
He is definitely Willows, waiting for an opportunity to arise as he gets a little bit of back-end sliding there. And MUNIR's gone off there.
Yep, that hasn't boded well for him while trying to get in the middle of the fight. He's gone off himself. There has been a lot of offs this race, hasn't there?
Yeah, definitely. This is a tricky track as well, so it is you know, understandable that people are making mistakes around this track as well. As going to the inside of the chicane. Is he going to make it? No. He's backing out of that one because Sean was about to shut the door.
Yep, sensible move there as we now watch. Oh, Matt Orange and TOTANI have a do.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know whether Orange was trying to turn in there, but clearly he didn't see TOTANI. But whatever the case, TOTANI is actually letting him through by the looks of things.
Yeah, well, that was very sportsmanlike of him. Very sensible manoeuvre.
Yeah, and the battle for the lead still continuing. And I don't know which one is the fastest between the Hondas and the Nissans, but one thing is for sure, the Lexuses aren't really the quickest, but they're doing well.
Yeah, it is quite balanced between the cars, with the Lexus with the slightest advantage over the other 2. Remember, the Nissan, obviously, you know, that GTR looking very aerodynamic, and the V6 or the Honda's going to help. So the Lexuses are at its advantage, but it has won championships before.
Yeah, definitely, and Willows is in the lead.
Yeah, Willows has assumed the lead now from Sean Grant, but will Grant say anything about that? I reckon he will, as we're not even watching them anymore. We need to be watching them. This isn't where we want to be. We want to be watching these 2 slug it out.
Indeed, definitely, as Sean Grant's tucked up behind him again.
Got the slipstream, he's got the draft. He's going to make the cell so easy for him. He's into the lead. No points lost, nothing wrong. Easy manoeuvre. Wham bam, thank you, man.
Yeah, but Willows is back on the inside of him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he took the lead at this point. There's a bit of contact.
He's having a go. He's having a go. Grant cuts the corner, slightly forced off almost by Willows, and well, James Willows has absolutely no choice but to let him go.
Yeah, definitely. He'll have to work a little harder there to, as TOTANI did go a little slidey there, and that's because he's in the wall.
Yep, well, that hasn't gone very well for you, has it? Well, so yeah, not what he wants to be doing. TOTANI then having another incident to add to the list of incidents, and now James Willows can't do it either.
It's a close race between these 2. I think these 2 will probably be battling all season by the looks of things, as MUNIR went off there and had getting a little bit out of control through the chicane. So these cars are very tricky to control, of course, because they are definitely, I don't know what drive they are, but they're definitely tricky for the drivers today.
Yeah, these are rear drive cars, it's front engine, you know, except for the Honda, which I think is mid drive. So it's got the advantage in that sense as well.
Yeah, as well as it's taking the lead from Grant again, but Grant staying with him.
Definitely staying with him is what he wants to be doing, as opposed to staying as far behind as he can, and they both go off.
Willows went off there. A bit of a late reaction there from Anderson, of course, but he definitely went off there. He went. I don't know what happened there. Was there contact or something? Potentially
there was. Yeah, I mean, if there was contact, I'm not entirely sure, but you know, something happened for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And MUNIR, right there. MUNIR, on the back of James Head. I don't know. I think James Head actually overtook him down that back straight, but now Willows has got to do all that hard work again to try and catch up to Grant again, but he's got to watch out of those 2 Lexuses that are coming up. Yep,
got to watch them. They're a threat as always.
Yeah, definitely. And TOTANI got a little bit loose there.
He did, yeah. Something's happened. Red Jams goes onto the grass and he slides around a bit, and he's off.
He is definitely. And REDMORE off the track, and That's not what he wanted.
Nope, isn't what he wanted at all. Nope, that has gone horribly wrong. Matthew Redmore, get your act together, son. As we watch Sean Grant in the Honda coming across these two corners, clips them nicely, and then powers past the camera with that V6 still screaming away like mad.
Yeah, definitely. Willows catching me up a little bit. So this is due to the weak boost, obviously, that these cars are generating. Take it like IF3C, that uses weak boost as well, which is the reason why you're seeing a lot of overtaking today.
Yep, overtaking, of course. What you want to be doing. What's a race without overtaking? Obvious theory.
Definitely. And, oh, Roberts has gone off there.
Yep, he's had enough too to add the list of offs. As, well, we're about 16 minutes into this race. Just over a quarter of the way.
Whoa!
And Sean Grant has finally lost control. It was his turn, wasn't it? Everyone else has, so...
Willows now back in the lead of the race.
Where he wants to be, in the driving seat. He was already in the driving seat, but now he's in the literal driving seat because he's in the lead.
Yep, and the two Lexuses now fighting for second place. I wonder if there's going to be some a little bit of discussion over the radio to say, you know, guys, be careful a little bit here. We want these two cars to be in the position that we are right now, so don't mess this up.
I think GLAZEBROOK will be too busy fighting with his own battles to worry about them too.
Yeah, because he is a team boss, but also driving at the car as well. Because you could class these teams as independents, apart from Willows and Nissan Grand Prix, which is owned by Joseph Willows, of course, and TOTANI now up into second position. Willows Nissan Grand Prix is the only team that's a manufacturer in this race, as Matt Orange has gone off there into the second part of the chicane. But as I was saying, there are two independent teams, which are Sony Honda Racing and Monster Lexus Motorsport, both owned by Ollie GLAZEBROOK and Sean Grant respectively. Sean Grant owning the Honda and Ollie GLAZEBROOK owning the Lexus, as REDMORE goes a little bit off there. Whereas Willows Nissan Grand Prix is a manufacturer, as it's owned by Joseph Willows, not James Willows. James Willows is the team leader, of course, but he's not the owner of the team. He's actually one of the drivers, so that's how it works. Just don't. So you don't get confused, guys.
Well, that was a very long-winded and interesting explanation, but can you really class them as manufacturers, though? They don't make the cars, Nissan do. It's more of a factory outfit when you think of it. You know, they've got Nissan's back and they don't have the team owner, as do you know that. And the other teams technically aren't independent as well because they have factory deals. You can all, realistically, you could class these as, oh, bit of argy-bargy going on there and TOTANI having to do, but, you know, you could class them all as factory outfits when you think of it.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, but... yeah.
It's just how you name them. Hey, well, at the end of the day, you have three teams, three manufacturers, duking it out between each other, all want the same thing, and they will fight each other to get it.
Grant's back up to second, and someone's gone off at wide. It was Matt Orange. He was lucky he didn't actually go off there. But Grant back in the position where he wants to be.
Yep, he is right back where he wants to be right now. Chasing James Willows with the draft, where he wants to be. Chasing for the lead into TOTANI down the side of both of them.
Yeah, and is he going to take the lead? No, he's having to think twice about that one.
And now he gets involved in a crash.
I don't know whether he got tagged by James Head there, because I don't know whether he got touched from the iron. Grant's gone around. That's not what he wanted.
That hasn't helped him at all, considering that he just got tagged by TOTANI potentially. We don't have replays in this series, unfortunately, so we can't quite get a good look at what's happened, but I'm sure that the stewards will be looking at what's going on in the race and making decisions as they go.
Yeah, definitely, and Willows now in the lead. It's a 1-2 at the moment for Willows Nissan Grand Prix, as GLAZEBROOK goes a little bit off there.
Yep, he has gone off again. That's not good for Ollie. And, well, oh, having in the back because there's a big green Lexus going out.
Yeah, it was REDMORE, in fact, as we saw on the television screen.
And there goes GLAZEBROOK. That was him in the bright neon green Lexus.
Yeah, and someone else has gone off in the background. I can't tell who that is. James Head. Luckily, the TV graphic picked it up, and it was James Head. As TOTANI getting involved again, but don't make it free abreast, guys.
Yeah, haven't they? Almost. And, oh, Orange gets into the gravel, knocks TOTANI off.
That looked to be an unsafe rejoin, so we'll have to see what the stewards think. And that wasn't even more of an unsafe rejoin, because that was MUNIR who's made contact, and now GLAZEBROOK having to stay behind so he doesn't take him off. Yeah,
that hasn't gone awfully well for him either. MUNIR just didn't... He just got in the way of GLAZEBROOK there and had nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly. Now, speaking a lot more about the series itself, you may have noticed there is a lap counter at the top but not a timer. That's because of a few restrictions on television cameras, or television graphics I should call it, as Matt Orange gets past Roberts there. basically, we'll keep you up to date on where they are in terms of lap time, where they are in terms of the time. And I would say that they're coming up to about the 10-minute, probably like the 15-minute mark, I suppose.
Oh, we're well ahead of that. We are about 20 minutes in, so we're at half race distance.
Yeah, I meant 15 minutes to go, that was. So,
yeah, you're still off anyway. You're 5 minutes, going to be 5 minutes left, 5 minutes right. We are at half race distance. I reckon there's probably going to be 23 laps in this one, if I'm honest.
I'd probably say that's a rough estimate as well. So, as WILLOWS has gone off, and ooh, that's not what he wanted to do with Daniel Roberts.
No, definitely not. He didn't want to be doing that. As the two Honda cars now, as they come through, who's going to do what?
It's hard because we can't even get the words out for this one. There's 4 cars going abreast. Daniel Roberts doesn't seem to have lost a bit of time, and WILLOWS, he's probably worried at this point. He's probably worried that someone's going to brake later and punt him off.
WILLOWS has got to be soiling himself with his 5 cars coming into Ascari. I would bet. I think anyone else would be Roberts. Shot it by a country mile.
I knew something was going to go wrong with that group.
Yeah, Roberts has ruined it for himself. He's gone way too quickly. Maybe he didn't even brake. I don't know. He probably hit the brakes to some extent, but just hit them too late, and he's gone off, and he's lost track position. He's going to have to work all over again to get where he back was. And now, look at this, still 3 into the Parabolica. They just love keeping it close like touring cars, don't they? I mean, these are GTs, but...
You would class them as touring cars, if to be honest, but... Yeah, they are GTs as well as coming into the pits. This is interesting. Remember, they've got to make 2 stops. Remember, they've already been on. He's already been on his medium tyres, so he'll be allowed to do a soft run. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I think that medium won't have taken too much weight as the team now quickly swap the tyres over for the softer compound. Going to get him back some pace, get some fuel in the car maybe. Just prep the car ready to get back on the charge for the lead as he now exits the pits. Good stop. The number 10 Nissan now leaving the pits, and you see the here that 4-cylinder engine making a
and GLAZEBROOK's been held on.
It's happened again for Monza Lexus Motorsport. GLAZEBROOK is finally leaving, but it took a long time.
I don't know if he was putting fuel in, but that's the second time GLAZEBROOK has been held up in the pits. That's not what he wanted.
As we go, ooh, smoke everywhere.
It was actually dirt, but
smoky dirt. You know, this same thing really, innit? As we got Sean Grant going wide again, but we'd only caught that for a slight time. Look at this, Hunter charging his way down the inside.
That was quite close. Hunter known for his aggressive driving and his dive bomb. No wonder people put a hashtag down for Best Bob Dive Bomb, but he is known for that, of course.
Yep, what he's famous for, but not necessarily the best thing as he goes a bit wide and maybe other people follow him. There's dust everywhere as he does go wide this time, well off in fact.
I think he puts it off James there from the looks of it.
There goes Redmore, round and round and round he goes. Where he stopped nobody knows except for the fact he stopped now and he's on his merry way again.
Did a full 360.
Yep, well, if this was Jim Corner he'd be scoring full points, but it isn't, so...
This is the World Super GT500, not Jim Corner, so you're not with Ken Block, he's not your teacher.
Well, Ken Block as a teacher, you'd know how to go round, spinning safely, you know, but Totani's in the pits, really shouldn't digress, and Orange joins him, so it's battle of the pit crews here. Lexus, oh well, Lexus versus, and we got them all in, we've got one of everything.
Heads in, Grant's in. Now let's see if any of them's going to get held up. That's the question.
If anyone, it's going to be Sean Grant. He's right at the end. You'll have to wait for people to come out the pits if he doesn't get this time right. As the Nissan leaves the pits, and then this other Lexus leaves the pits, and that was Matt Orange who left. So we're waiting for James Head and Sean Grant as GLAZEBROOK passes the two, and James Head comes out. Sean Grant will have been held up, and he is being held up, and that has not boded well for the Irishman. As that V6 screams again as he blasted out of the pits.
It's now Honda's turn to get held up. Nissan and Lexus have already been held up. Now it's Honda's turn.
Well, you got to have it eventually, haven't you? There's 2 more Hondas battling out. That's Robert and MUNIR giving it the beans, trying to get some speed going.
Yeah, definitely. It's Hunter holding up Redmore here. I wonder if this is a tactic that's playing off here. He's trying to defend Redmore as best he can because look who's behind. James WILLOWS, his teammate. I bet James wants to clear. He's going to have a look.
Yep, number 1 driver in the team. Obviously 2 Nissans going at him. He's going to be intimidated. Will he back down? Will he buckle under pressure? Let's see as they come into Ascari. He's lost track position, but Hunter's gone off. But he does seem to have held it, so maybe it works.
Willows actually took advantage of this, so this is fantastic stuff for Willows. He needed to clear them easily.
Yep, needed to get through it, have a chance at the lead, and then he's got a chance at the lead because he's coming up to these other people.
Yeah, definitely. And I wonder I don't know what position is he. Is he in P3 or?
I'm not entirely sure myself because we haven't seen the TV graphics for a while, have we? So, you know, but still.
Munir's in.
Munir is in. He was in the lead, so Willows will gain a place. And we got lots of people in the pits now. Will TOTANI respond? No, he hasn't. Trying to stay out, leapfrog people.
Yeah, definitely. And on lap 15, and Willows, he's taking the lead from Roberts.
He has indeed snagged it from Roberts. And that's going to be what he wanted to do. As Munir, ex-race leader, now comes in, comes out, hits off the limiter, and then out goes Alexis here. Bobby Hunt has jumped that Alexis in the pits. I can't see because the TV graphics, but it looked like a light one, so I'm going to assume it's one of the, well, it's a monster either way, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I've just noticed something. The clouds are drawing in, so could we expect rain?
Well, you never know, do you? We'll have to see. It's possible.
And Roberts has gone off.
Gets that all types of wrong.
Yeah, and that's gonna affect him quite easily because now that's giving Willows some breathing space.
Gonna give Willows breathing room, exactly what he wants at this point in time.
And TOTANI now, ooh, that was close to going into the gravel, wasn't it?
Well, he very, very got that close indeed. Very nearly in the gravel, but saved it. Very skilled driving.
Definitely, and now the two Lexuses fighting each other. I wonder if GLAZEBROOK's going to tell him, you know, back off, Orange.
Well, if it was GLAZEBROOK behind him, I'd understand, but, well, we'll see, we'll see. GLAZEBROOK currently leading Orange, leading TOTANI, leading James Z, and, well, let's have a look at these two Lexuses fighting it out. I think GLAZEBROOK's the sort of guy who will let these guys fight, but, you know, if he gets out of hand, might put the hammer down as Orange tries to... Oh, look at this. I'm mistaken, ladies and gentlemen. It's about Orange fighting with his own team boss. Maybe a jostle for the leadership of the team could be in the future if these two keep it up, but who knows?
Yeah, definitely. We saw GLAZEBROOK holding onto the position. He hung it around.
Yeah, we got 4 cars, just 4 down the main straight. You don't see this anywhere else, do you? As TOTANI can't keep it under control, can't keep it under wraps, lets the car slide and is losing track position.
I knew something bad was going to happen there. I could
James
just see it.
Gone up. He's snakified himself into the wall there. And if you're going for style points, 10 out of 10. But if you're going for speed,
you have to. I was about to say you have to leave, but that doesn't make sense.
Almost. You know, well, if you're going for speed, leave, then all the slow guys will race, and that will benefit some guys on this grid as well. Let's keep looking. As TOTANI gets hassled by Matt Orange.
Side by side. Ooh, it looks like Orange is taking the turn of the snake in now. He had a little bit of lag, and ooh, I wonder if that was a contact lag. We'll call it contact lag.
Well, it's a new term. We're making dictionaries of our own here in multiple GT500 potentially, but we might just refer to that as that being that. So, GLAZEBROOK, Roberts has gone wide at that corner again.
Yeah, he didn't want that, and now GLAZEBROOK is back ahead of him. Oh, James Head now making a mistake as well. So
yeah.
People seem to be making a lot of mistakes down at the Ascari chicane.
Yep, James Head especially, he's made 2 mistakes as that might be starting to lose concentration slightly. He's got to get it together, got to focus, concentrate. There is still about 12 minutes of this race to go, and that means about, I'm going to estimate about 7 to 8 to 9 laps, if I'm honest, because... well, each lap might take a while in these cars, but he's got to keep it together. As we watch GLAZEBROOK, I think it is, hassle the 2 Hondas. Lexus versus 2 Hondas. Yeah,
definitely. And it was going to be nearly 3 abreast. And Willows, ooh, dancing around on the curbs there a little bit.
GLAZEBROOK's through, but he's cut the corner. I'd be surprised. Yeah, he's cut it again and again and again, and Sean Grant follows him. But that was a slightly underhanded tactic.
I don't know whether the stewards want to have a look at that or not, but Willows still got a comfortable advantage while all that is going on. Willows is just like, you know what, I'm going to put my legs up and have a cup of tea.
Yep, you know, that's probably what he's saying. Have a cup of Earl Grey, just sit and wait, you know, enjoy yourself. And, oh, hang on a minute. Did I just see James had got the corner there?
No. That was a little bit of a mistake I saw there. I didn't see James had cut the corner at all.
Oh well, maybe that's just being hitting Mackems.
I wonder if you need to go and get your eyes tested.
Yeah, so much for 2020 vision, eh, ladies and gents? I must be losing my touch, eh? Well, we'll just blame it on that. And as we look, Sean Grant and Ollie GLAZEBROOK having yet another crackly lackly dack at the battle for position. And I'm getting mine nice little self warmed up, sit back, have a couple of Earl Grey myself, because there's 10 minutes to go.
There should be 10 minutes to go, I think. Yes, there is. I think we're actually coming up to the 10-minute mark, I should say. But it looked like... Oh, REDMORE's got another problem.
Yep, this one is not really helping him. He's had this before. He seems to have paused, because you go that slow and you stick the limiter on when you pause in this game, and you ghost as well. So I think something more technical has happened to REDMORE, and it has ruined his race.
It definitely has, and I wouldn't be surprised if he actually retires if this problem continues. Oh!
Yes, oh my lordy lord! How many cars can you fit into one corner? Evidently not 6.
That looked like Sergio Perez and Felipe Massa, that did.
Everyone just wanted to go into the corner at the same time, and it didn't work from where I was sitting. It just, the whole world trying to button into one corner. You're going to get people shoved off as REDMORE has another do, and oh, he's going slowly now, parking it beside the track. Tries to get it going again, but things aren't going his way.
Yeah, definitely. WILLOWS, again, just putting his feet up while all that was going on.
Yep, he has it easy this race, doesn't he?
I wonder if he's got a coal fire in his car.
Potentially.
He's got an old cottage in there as Roberts goes off.
And TOTANI goes off, but overtakes in the process. Could that be seen as extending track limits? I'm not sure.
I think, well, we'll have to see, as I'm struggling to spit my words out.
Yeah, well, James said now, coming with the others into the Ascari again.
Yeah, definitely. But luckily, no one went off there.
It's a first.
Hooray!
Yep, nobody went off. Always good news is Sean Grant now being hassled by GLAZEBROOK. Honda versus Lexus once again, ladies and gentlemen, as they come into the Parabolica. Who's going to get the upper hand? Who's it going to be? Well, there's 4 cars going in, but there's 2 tussling for the lead.
Definitely, and not the lead, but for second place, of course, because James is probably in the middle of Oxford right now. So
I think he's more Aberdeen than Oxford, but yeah, I meant the lead of the pack that they are racing in. I do tend to use terminology like that quite a bit, being a Geordie, and exaggerations, you know, we are famous for that. But now GLAZEBROOK has made his move, and TOTANI trying to make a move too, getting a bit argy-bargy, gotta watch himself because of that connection, and hey, that's not how you do it.
That was kind of debatable about that.
James Ed has not really benefited from that at all. He's got barged, I think, by a bit by TOTANI. I think he's had a couple of incidents now. Might be getting a bit of word from the stewards, you know. Watch it, calm yourself down, or you might get a disqualification next time as Sean Grant goes off. And that's not what he wanted. Nice cornering for everyone there, though, except for Sean Grant.
Definitely. A little bit of a argy-bargy, but apart from that, good cornering.
Yeah, you do get a bit of argy-bargy in some GT series like DTM, you know. Constant touching each other, bashing each other about in DTM, you know, it's German touring cars. Deutsche Tourenwagen Masters, which they call it. I can speak fluent German, by the way, so you know that's an advantage. So, you know, that's what happens in there. This not so famous for its argy-bargy Japanese Super GT, but it seems they're bringing DTM theory to this.
Definitely, and speaking of German, I do speak a bit of French myself, so bonjour. So, this group here, I wouldn't be surprised if something went wrong right here.
Well, we've seen it before, haven't they? They just get way too aggressive. Most of the field now piling into this corner, so it might even be left cars, and it has gone on wrong for Sean Grant. Look at the Irish. What? Look at the Irish.
Yeah, and I've just been told also that Matthew REDMORE has actually retired.
Seems to look at the British as worse then.
Yeah, so sadly for REDMORE, the problems did get to him, and he's now out of the race. And James's windscreen wipers on. It's raining.
It is raining. I thought it looked a bit misty. TOTANI's windscreen wipers on. Almost everyone's windscreen wipers on. We have drizzle in Monza,
which is very rare considering if you look at Formula 1 and GLAZEBROOK's cut the corner. Ooh.
Oh, that was debatable. That was very debatable. Debatably debatable. Even law people could debate that because it was debatable enough.
Debate. Through the right-hander now, and I wonder if it may be time for intermediates, or do you think it may be too late?
Well, let's have a little bit of a look at my time counter now. I think it is a bit too late. There's 5 minutes to go. That's only about 2 or 3 laps, you know. There ain't that much in it. So James Head, though, has made his way back on the field. I'm very interested in James Head at the moment. Well, not that way, but I'm interested in how he's racing.
Yeah. Geordie versus Mackie right here.
Bit rivalry, you know, the classic rivalry time around Derby, that sort of thing.
Definitely, and it's a bit of grouping up there, and Grant trying to find a way past Orange at the moment, but Orange shutting the door like crazy. Oh God!
And he's gone off again. Well, I can say this much about James Head. I think so far this race, he's been something I like to call myself, and that is consistently inconsistent. You never know. You can't predict, can you, where he's going to go.
Definitely, and Grant side by side with him, getting late on the brakes. What a perfect move, or was it? Yes, he has. I thought James tried to hung it around the outside, and Daniel Robertson's gone.
Perfect for Robertson. He's gone off. Yeah, but the one thing we do know is that James Willows is storming ahead with this. We haven't talked about James Willows. We've been too caught up in the action. We need to talk about the race leader, because that's what you do as common courtesy as a commentator. And well, not to put the commentator's curse on him, but I think he's got it already.
No, because I can see the group are actually catching him.
Well, you say that, and then James Head's being even more inconsistent because he's actually gone off, spun it, and he's now off the track and trying to get a move on.
Definitely, and I would predict there's about 2 laps, because we said that they'll try and get up to lap 23 is when the timer comes to an end. So I think we've got about 2 laps.
I think we do as well. It is entirely plausible.
They've caught up.
They have caught him, so James Willows starting to struggle maybe. Or maybe he just thought he'd give him a sporting chance to let off. I definitely think it's the former though, because he doesn't seem like the sort of guy who would let off and let people have a chance.
I think it's time he should have put his feet down from the warm fire that he's put in his cottage and actually put his foot down.
Yep, needs to get a move on, but is it too late already? GLAZEBROOK castling him. He's got the challenge for the first time in a long time, and now Sean Grant having a go at him too. It's all of a sudden you don't have any challenges. Wham bam, you've got 3.
Yeah, definitely, and Grant came out of nowhere there. He's so lucky he didn't hit anyone off. That was so lucky, and TOTANI getting involved in this. I wonder if GLAZEBROOK's going to have to look in his mirrors.
And Grant, he's got the lead. The Irishman's found a sudden burst of speed from somewhere, and he's just running away with it. Using that speed as GLAZEBROOK makes a huge costly error. But yeah, that hasn't gone well for him. But Sean Grant, as James Head goes off as well. But now we look at Sean Grant, who's found some speed out of nowhere. He's running riot with it.
That looked like lag contact from Ollie GLAZEBROOK right there, because he did go up to second until that happened. And now there's a group forming right now, side by side. Willows is in the lead.
He's taking that chicane very quickly, and Sean Grant had a bit of a hit from TOTANI again, and he's touched him again. And now there's 3 cars tussling in the 4th corner there. So it really is starting to heat up, and Grant's short-lived speed burst seems to be fizzling out in the bottom of a Coca-Cola can at the bottom right now, because, well, his speed of burst of speed, his general pace has gone into TOTANI having a bit of a do. Car actually trying to step out under braking.
Definitely, it's still a little bit of argy-bargy going on.
You see? I knew he would do that. He has cut the corner this time, as James said.
That must be under investigation for sure. That looked deliberate.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how not to drive.
Definitely. You learn that on your course. Don't do that. As Grant, I think he's taking the lead.
Has he? Well, we'll have a look. And he has that budgie canary yellow. Sony Honda Racing Automobilo has taken the lead of this race.
Too much O's in there.
Yep. But then again, what's wrong with Cheerios? I just had to say it. I had to say something with the letter O in, because it's only natural. Oh, I should stop now or someone shoot me.
Sorry. Hunter's just way away from that group. And look at this group now. And Grant trying to have a look back ahead of Willows. Willows obviously took the lead earlier on, but Grant wants to lead back.
Yep, they are gunning for it right now. They are going to have a crack at it. So we are very, very quickly approaching the 40-minute marker of this race. I think it will just be 1 minute to go, in fact. I was going to say 1 lap, but there is 1 minute. It will be then the final lap as the spray flies from the back of the cars. The last lap, last chance saloon at Monza.
Definitely, and Hunter looking like a little bit of a lag there with the barrier there, but obviously he's not had a good race. He'll want to forget that and move on to the Red Bull Ring. Meanwhile, these two still fighting for the lead.
How they have not given up by any means of the imagination. I have James Willows and Sean Grant starting to pull away from the cars behind them. I think, ladies and gentlemen, it might just finally turn into a two-horse race.
That's definitely, they've got a bit of a gap ahead of the rest of the pack. There seems to be a battle for third emerging. Orange has gone off in the background. That's probably his chances of a podium over.
Yeah, that's not going well for him. James Head, of course, the corner cutting expert, as we're now going to have to call him. The name he has forced upon himself, ladies and gentlemen, but as we are on the final lap confirmed now. 40 minutes have gone. A few more corners to go. A back straight, the Paragolica, one more straight. Sean Grant versus James Willows. Ireland versus England. Honda versus Nissan. It's the duel of giants as they come into the Parabolica. Grant's last chance it is now to take the lead. Can he capitalise around the outside? He's got the speed advantage and he has it. Or does he? Because James Willows.
They're side by side.
James Willows not going to give up. Who's it going to be? It's across the line. It's going to be close either way, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell who it's going to be. They come across the line.
Photo finish.
Going to cross the line now. And it is too close to tell. It's over. But who is it? Is it Gran or is it Willows? It is Willows by a fraction of an inch. James Willows takes the first World Super GT500 victory of the season for Willows Nissan Grand Prix, which is exactly what he wanted to do. But fair play to Sean Grant, though. You do not get closer than that. He will be devastated to have missed it. But next time around, he might just be that little bit luckier.
Definitely, and so unlucky in that race. So, James Willows taking the first ever win in the World Super GT500. Only Josh, thanks to a photo finish. So, after an amazing race here in Monza, here is the final results. James Willows won the race with Sean Gran in second position. Matthew TOTANI just about crossed the line third ahead of MUNIR, who finished in fourth position. Matt Orange was fifth, with Ollie GLAZEBROOK in sixth position. Then it is James Head seventh, with Daniel Roberts eighth, Robert Hunter ninth, and Matthew Redmore obviously didn't finish. The Drivers' Championship, well, it's the same as the results. James Willows takes an early lead with Sean Grant second, Matthew TOTANI third, with MUNIR fourth, Matt Orange fifth, Ollie GLAZEBROOK sixth, James Head seventh, and then it is Daniel Roberts eighth, Robert Hunter 9th, and then Matthew Redmore in 10th. Still gets the points despite retiring. But it's the Manufacturers' Championship that is different. The Teams' Championship, I should say. Willows Nissan Grand Prix obviously in the lead of that. And with it is Sony Honda Racing in second position. And Monza Lexus Motorsport in third position. So, now, that is the results of the race. So now let's head back to the studio. So, what an amazing race.
Yep, that was an absolutely crack-a-lackin', hack-a-ma-jackin' race, as I just decided to go in full rhyme there. So, it was a great race, though, with James Willows taking a very, very marginal win from Sean Grant, may I add. Very marginal. I think we haven't seen the last of these two.
Definitely. Well, we can't end on a high note. We've got to end on a sad note, because it's time for some racing incidents.
Well, with any race, you are going to get racing incidents anyway, so go on. Who's done what? Who's going to get put on the naughty step?
Okay, so we got to start off with Matthew TOTANI, surprising. Now, the stewards have had a look at his multiple incidents that he's been doing at Monza, and unfortunately, the stewards have concluded that he actually has been disqualified from the final result, so he has lost his third place.
Yeah, that's going to shake the Drivers' Championship up significantly. We won't go into it because, well, I'm sure you can work it out for yourself, but it affects Willows Nissan GP a lot because they're going to lose points from that win. And I think I may be right in saying it does change the order of the manufacturers in that Sony Honda are now leading, but I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I'll go through that later on, but there is another incident.
Yep, we're not going through the manufacturers just yet, but there is one more incident, and that was the catastrophe and tragedy of James Head. Now, yep, he decided to be a naughty little boy and cut the corner. Whether it was an accident or not, he cut it quite a bit, but he ended up quite far down the field anyway. So the stewards decided to go for a bit of an unconventional penalty, actually. They've actually given him a stop-go 5-second stop go penalty for the very next race at the Red Bull Ring. So at some point when he makes his pit stop, he has to serve 5 extra seconds before he can start work on the car. Now that, for the next race, is going to be interesting because he might get boosted if he's further behind, but it doesn't affect his current race status.
Exactly, but because of that Matthew Totani's disqualification, it has shaked up every championship. So now let's have a look at the new official results now. So the top 2 remain the same. It's James Willows and Sean Grant still at the top of the championship, but it's all changed from 3rd to 10th because we can have a look now. Alan MUNIR is now up to 3rd with Matt Orange 4th, Ollie Glazebrook 5th, with James Head 6th, and then it is Daniel Roberts 7th, Robert Hunter 8th, with Matthew Redmore 9th, and Matthew Totani 10th, and he gets no points because of his disqualification. It's all changing the manufacturers as well. It was Willows Nissan Grand Prix at the top of the standings, but now they've dropped to last. It's only the people from 2nd and 3rd who have bumped up. So Sony Honda Racing are now leading the manufacturers with Monster Lexus Monster Lexus Motorsport 2nd, and Willows Nissan Grand Prix 3rd. So Willows Nissan Grand Prix will have to get some points back in the next race, which is the Red Bull Ring. So that will probably be an interesting race as well. Another tight track, but let's hope the drivers can keep it a little bit more cleaner than what they did in Monza. But overall, it was a fantastic race. But right now, we have to end here at Monza. So, from me
and me,
it's goodbye, and we will see you at the Red Bull Ring. Take care.
I'll tell you all my secrets. We're encouraged like a second skin. The kids are all dying. We're dying to believe.